Hey everyone, I am Jen Faylene Mergel, Certified Crystal Healer and Reiki Master. I thought I'd bring this video and create it to help answer some of the questions that I've been asked about how I do my distance Reiki healing sessions. This way you can hear me, see me, feel my energy, and know that what I do truly comes from the heart. I truly love helping you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. I have my list in front of me, so let's rock and roll. All right, the first two questions kind of go hand in hand. First is, how are the healing sessions done, and how does distance Reiki healing sessions work? So, most important thing to know with energy healing is intention, intention, intention. You've got to have that intention to be sending the healing and to receive the healing. Same goes with working with crystals for yourself or with sending it to someone else. It's the intention behind it. So what I do is I write your first and last name as well as the date into my notebook. I also write down any requests that you have for that healing session so that I can make sure to focus on that. I take, let's see, I got my little angel right here in my box. I take my little clear quartz angel. I place it on top of your name, place my hands over it, and I call in our spirit guides and angels and work on connecting with your energy before I start the healing session. Sometimes when I connect in with our spirit guides and angels, when I call them in, sometimes your guide or angel will show itself to me. Usually I can see a shape, a color, get kind of a feeling. Usually I don't see very clearly and I might not pick up on. I've never to this point picked up on a name, but you know, as time goes, who knows, I might be able to. But I always, if I pick up on a guide or an angel, if they bring through any messages, I always pass that along to you. Because I believe that even if I'm not stopping to try to pick up on that energy, if it presents itself to me, that means I am supposed to share it with you, and I will. So I write all that stuff down in my notebook, and then I send it to you when I do your video or type out an email to you to let you know what's going on. So intention, writing down. My intention is set on sending the healing energy to you. Your intention is already set to receive that energy, so we have a good flow. Our intention is for that energy to flow from the universe through me to you. So that is how distance healings work. I actually prefer it to in-person healings, at least for me sending, because when I don't have to worry about a person being in front of me or anything like that, I have my full undivided attention, my ear to spirit, and my energy to you. And I feel there's no outside distractions, so my intentions are set they're even stronger. At least that's the way I feel and how I work. So when it comes to, like I said, checking chakras and doing all that work, I have a few different ways of doing the work. I have my chakra cards that I have in front of me. If you have, if you've ordered either a chakra check or one of the chakra balancing sessions that includes the chakra check, I use these. And what I do is use my nifty little pendulum, if you could see it. There we go. I use my pendulum and I'll hold it over the card and I'll ask it, please show me so-and-so's root chakra. And I'll wait for it to swing. If you'll notice, I'm holding it with my left hand. My right hand's, it just doesn't work as well for me, so with pendulum work or anything, please follow what works for you. But for me, it's my left hand. So, based upon how it swings, the pendulum will tell me if your chakra is balanced, overactive, underactive, closed, which means that the energy's there, but it's not quite flowing like we want it to, kind of like a guitar. You could play it when it's out of tune, but it's not quite right. Needs a little tune-up. Closed just needs a little tune-up. Imbalanced, showing up in your life more as emotional or mental rather than physical. And imbalanced, showing up in your life more as physical rather than mental or emotional. Or blocked. If chakra is blocked, that requires the most amount of work to get it back to being balanced. That means there's no energy movement whatsoever. The pendulum is perfectly still. No movement. So I can tell you all that based upon connecting to your energy with my pendulum and my chakra cards. It's pretty cool. So from there, that is how I pick up on the energy of the client, which kind of leads into the next question is, what do you feel and how do you interpret the energy from your client? When I do my sessions, I quiet down and focus my mind and my body. I pay attention to how I feel. And from there, I notice anything that's going through my body. If I have a headache or my knee hurts or I feel anxiety, I will pay attention to any of the tiniest, subtlest sensations. Because that's how it comes through to me, is I can pick up on things from you in my own body. So if I'm not totally sure whether it's my problem or yours, again, with chakra healing especially, I work with the cards. So I have my hands over the cards and I'll pay attention. I'll move my hands away to indicate that I'm not connecting to you, and I'll see if it's still there. And I will go back and forth. If I feel it here, but I don't feel it when I remove my hands, then that tells me that it's yours. If I remove my hands and I still feel it, then it's mine. So that is how I pick up on the energies there. It's, like I said, very subtle. At least at where I'm at in my path right now, I feel it very subtle in my body. So it's really interesting and fun to be able to pick up on that. Sometimes I'll hear things. So again, with spirit guides and stuff, I pick up on messages sometimes as a word or a brief sentence. Every now and then they'll tell me quite a bit of information, but usually it's really brief and I hear it in my mind's ear. Or I'll briefly see something in my mind's eye. And any of that, like I said, I always pass along no matter which healing you have. If it's come through, it goes to you. So next question would be, do you see energy or colors? No, I do not see energy. But if I work on focusing on it, yes, I can see chakra colors. In fact, I used to offer that, but it took a lot of energy, so I stopped offering it a couple of years ago. But I could actually tune in by looking at a person's picture and seeing kind of the hues of their different chakras. Some of them I would see, like the sacral. Generally we associate it with orange. I've seen somebody with orange with a peach color around the outside. Things like that. So yes, I can see colors. I do not see auras. I can try to with seeing my own, but really I don't see auras. So that is how I pick up on that. Unfortunately, I don't see energy yet. I always say yet because we're always growing and expanding our gifts. So it's, the summer of 2019 right now. Who knows where I'll be next year. All right, what will your client feel? I have had the gambit of answers on this one. A lot of people have told me that they feel very relaxed and calm. Many of them fall asleep. Some feel excited and energized and just ready to take on the day. Unfortunately, every now and then I do have some that get cold or flu-like symptoms or just feel run down afterwards. But this is how I explain that. It's kind of like you're dusting, all right? The dust messes with your allergies. So you clean up the dust. That makes the dust go everywhere temporarily, and it temporarily makes your allergies worse. But then when all is said and done and settled, you feel much better than you did before you dusted. That's the way that these energy sessions work. You feel, but then you have the healing session and it's just clearing everything out. From some people, that just means blech, you feel cruddy. But it's getting all of that negative energy out. And then afterwards, you just feel great. Usually it's next day or so that I hear back and they go, I felt crap yesterday, but today I feel wonderful. So it kind of varies on person to person on that, which is going to be the answer for probably the next couple of questions. So how will you know that it has worked? This is, again, very based on person to person. Pay attention to those subtle sensations. Like, what are we working on? Like, lately I've been working on a lady with stress and with joint pain. And so that's been the focus of our mini healings. And she's noticed that she's not in quite as much pain. She's starting to feel better. And she's feeling a little more relaxed, less stressful. That's how you know it's working. Pay attention. If, are you feeling better? Are you in a better place emotionally or mentally? The smallest sensations make a big difference. Sometimes we dismiss those small things, but that's important. That's how those small things are how we know things are doing better. That's how we pick up on messages from our guides and our angels. So always pay attention to the subtle sensations. How long will the effects last? Again, it's going to vary, not just person to person, but it'll also vary on what we're working on. So say that we're working on stress, reducing stress. Do it on Friday, you feel great all weekend. Then you go back to work on Monday and you're hit with that stressful environment. Well, now you're not feeling quite as good anymore. So if you put yourself in situations or things like that that are going to amplify what we just worked on, yeah, it's not going to last quite as long, but it will still be there. So it kind of really depends. I've had some people who, actually, my own experience, I had for a good 6 months hip pain. I had a Reiki healing session done and I haven't had that pain since. So it really can depend upon what work we do, what we work on, and what has caused the problem, and if you have gotten yourself back into that situation that can make it worse again. So it's really going to differ on how long those effects will last. It could last forever, could last a day. I will never guarantee it. You can't guarantee it because I don't know what situations that you're in that would amplify it. So hopefully it's a forever kind of healing. That's my hopes for you. I will always give you my absolute best. All right, I have the question of, does a client get to request help on certain areas? Oh, absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. Actually, that's how I prefer to work. So especially the mini healings, those are done based upon what you want me to work on. So mini healings are a request. You can with the chakra healings and all that stuff. Absolutely. Place a request. I'm always happy to give extra attention. My clients know that you may have booked a 10-minute or the 45-minute. I don't watch a clock, which is why I try to make sure that I book my distance healings far enough apart. I don't watch the clock. So if I go up and over your healing session, so be it. I go for as long as I am guided. So that is always important. I keep moving my mouse over here. Are there particular crystals that I work with for the healing, or do I go with the needs of the client? I do have some that are at every time, but generally it's for the needs of the client. So I showed you my little angel, and I showed you my pendulum. This is my other main tool, my clear quartz point. So these are the three that I use for absolutely every healing session. Notice all clear quartz because it is the universal crystal. So we'll move that out of the way and bring this baby down. This is one of two of my boxes. I work primarily with palm stones just because they lay easier. Let me see if I can tip this up a little bit. So this is one of my boxes that I have. This is the main one for the healing crystals that I use for my distance Reiki healing sessions. They are, if you noticed, in order of the chakras. So that way I can easily just work my way down the line and pick what I need. I pause to pay attention to see what crystals I am drawn to for the client. So that will vary from person to person, session to session. Sometimes it stays the same, but a lot of times it changes based upon energetically where you're at and what my guides and your guides tell me that you need at that time. All right, so that's the healing crystals. And I always tell you with every single healing, even the mini healings, I will always tell you what crystals I used. And I usually also send a picture with, so you can actually see which ones I used. Are there certain crystal that the client should work with or hold during the healing? Nope. You do not have to unless you want to. If we're working on something specific, like we're working on the emotions, you might want to hold, a moonstone or a rose quartz. You might want to work with just a nice big old clear quartz. Okay, maybe not that big, but you might want to just hold a clear quartz to help amplify the energies that we're working with and to help amplify your intentions for our healing session. Clear quartz is always an excellent go-to. But no, there's nothing that you need to specifically work with. Just whatever you are guided to. That's most important. Is there anything that you need to do during the healing session? No. You can relax or meditate if you wish, but it is not necessary. I have a lot of people who are off at work when I do the healing session, since I do them during the afternoons while my son's at work and my husband's at work. The energy you will receive the energy no matter what you're doing at the time. So you don't have to relax or meditate unless you want to. So you don't have to do anything. I will do all the work for us both. Let's see. After healing care. So what do you need to do after the healing? Drink lots and lots of water. We are working on moving and shifting energy, so you want to make sure to flush that out. Drink lots of water. This is twofold. Obviously, we're going to help flush out those energies, but it'll also help to ground you, which leads me to point 2. Ground yourself as necessary. Get out and be barefoot if you need to. Visualize those tree roots, whatever you need to do. I hear, eat chocolate. Definitely. But yeah, ground yourself. Drink water and ground yourself after the healing session. After the healing's done, I'll send you an email to say, I'm done. But then after that, sorry, my lights just dimmed. Alexa, activate gloomy day. There we go, that's better. Sorry. All right, anyway, after, I will send you, let's see, with the mini healing, usually I'll send you an image of the crystals and I'll tell you what energies I worked with and they'll say, I'm done. With the emotional healing session and also all of the chakra healings, I will actually do a video for you. So in the video, I will go through and tell you what crystals I will show you, and I will tell you why I used them if I have a reason, and I'll also pull an oracle card for you, which is kind of just a bonus gift. I like pulling cards. I'm not a reader, I'll say that, but I like pulling them, so I'll pull a card for you too and read with the messages in the book. So I will send the video to you. Videos are posted on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/crystalguidance. The ones for healings are always, always, always private. Only you have the link. So have no worries that anybody else is going to see it. It is there for you so that you can go back and view it anytime that you would like. Trying to think of what else after the aftercare. that should be it for that. Some other things on how I do the healings. Obviously, I showed you the cards. I also sometimes, when I have something specific like knee pain or something like that that I am working on, I have a stand-in. So this is Reiki Bear, and Reiki Bear acts as though you are in front of me. I actually recently, you see, I put on the chakras. I glued on little roses to be the chakras. But this really comes in handy because joint pain, malachite. So if I'm working on a client, I will put down that crystal where it needs to be and put my hands on there and send the Reiki that way. That way I am focused specifically on that area. It comes in real handy when doing those sessions. As a lot of you guys know, I have seasonal healing sessions, chakra healing sessions. They are done on the last day of every season. It's a full chakra healing session, a 60-minute session for only $5. So excellent deal considering this healing session is normally $45 for just the healings. So great savings, right? It's a group healing, so I focus on everybody at once. I love doing it so much. I have been doing it since 2012, I want to say. I'm not sure on that completely, but I've been doing it for quite a while. And my mom, aka my business partner Janice, created this cloth for me. And this is what I actually use for the healings. If you'll notice, we actually measured out my husband exactly where the chakras would be. So then I use this cloth and I lay out the crystals on it. And that's how I end up sending it. So it's as if I actually have somebody laying in front of me. Later when I get my healing room set back up, I have a massage table and I'll be using that as my layout for doing healing sessions for you. Other than that, on my YouTube channel, again, youtube.com/crystalguidance, every month I've been adding a new free mini healing session video, obviously. So be sure to check those out. I can't wait to shoot even more. Starting in January, my thought is every month I'm going to do a healing for the chakra. I've got this big idea in my head, so I hope you guys like that one. Until then, I'm going to be focusing on different things, different themes. So I think I've covered everything and then some. To sign up for one of my distance Reiki healing sessions, go to stitchesandstones.kc.com and it'll be in the services area. I've got all of them in one spot, all of the healing sessions. If there's something specific that you need, just let me know, contact me. I'm always happy to help you and work with you. Honestly, I really love doing this. I took a break for a couple of years from the healings to focus more on selling, and I missed the healings so much. So it is my honor to be doing these again. So again, I offer mini sessions from little 10-minute sessions to a big 90-minute session, which is where I check your chakras. Obviously, I do the cleansing, clearing, removing cords, hooks, negative energies, and I work on focusing on seeing what messages I could pick up from your spirit guides and what I intuitively pick up on. So that's my really big 90-minute one. And I have smaller ones from there. And if you just want a chakra check, I'm happy to do that too. It's fun to do, and it's kind of interesting to see where your chakras are at. So if you have any questions at all, please feel free to either email me, to message me through Facebook, or just however you want to get a hold of me. So facebook.com/crystalguidance and email jen@crystalguidance.com. That's just one of my emails. You can catch me on any of them. So, gosh, until then, again, any questions, let me know. Sending you guys so much love and crystal blessings. Bye-bye.